Hey family, Tech Man, how's your spirit? Talk to me. Tell me something good. We got a good one today. Topic is adversity and why we needed to change. I'm going to take you through a bunch of different examples. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I just want you to be honest with yourself. First of all, the name of the platform is TACC. Through Adversity Comes Change by me, Rich Colma. It's on Amazon. And even if you want it, you can, get it from me. Let me know and I can give you the information to get it to me and you give me your information. 100% me. Through Adversity Come Change is a part of my life, your life, and a lot of people's lives because we all have to go through our adversities to make changes. And just in life you just have to go through adversities, you know everything in life, right, is an adversity whether you know it or not. I'm gonna give you a perfect example, and I use this a lot. When we're babies, right, we're told, don't touch that, it's hot. What's up, pimpin'? What's happening? How we doing? Hit that like, subscribe, and share button so you can pop up on my live. Um so without adversity, we wouldn't learn. Okay, I got you. I got you, big boy. Hey, yo, I got up this morning and I did my interview at like 8 something this morning. They called me back like maybe 9 something 10. I did my whole interview, you know what I mean, and got that joint done. So inshallah, they said the next 3 days or so I should know that I should get a notification. So that's a beautiful thing, you know. And I thank you, man, for your support, man, and all that you've done and helped me do, and how we gonna make it to the promised land. Just watch. Ain't no question. I changed the background to match my shirt color. Um, my boy, he put me on, man. Because I bought a background. I bought a green screen, and they didn't send the brackets, to put the green screen up. All right, thank you, my brother. So it just sent the screen. So then he came over, because we was in the shelter together. This is through adversity come change. We was in the shelter together. He got his crib first, so we used to go and hang out at his crib on the weekends, and then I got my crib. Then we go back, back and forth. So we've built a bond of brotherhood. That's like the son that I never had. He's 27. I'm 61. But his heart is gold. When I tell you gold, you guys are gonna meet him. When we get to that place, that plateau that we're trying to reach. But back to what I was saying. So the adversities, right, are the lessons that we have to learn to grow. Um, like I said, you tell a baby hot. Baby don't know what that mean. Hot, hot. So once that baby touch it and it burn them, what the baby says, hot, hot. He know not to touch. He gonna point. Thank you, my brother. Nice green screen. Thank you, thank you. Um, so that's our first adversities, our first lessons. Yes, God is the greatest. You better bet it. And the beautiful thing about it, right, is that when you're going through the things that you're going through, when things are good, it's like, yay. But when things are bad, you start to ask, why me? But what you don't realize is that every adversity God put you through, He's shaping and molding you to be stronger, be better, to be wiser, and he's building you up so that you can be prepared for what he has for you in the future. He does everything but fail. He makes no mistakes. And just like I tell you, second principle, five principles, three articles, one healer, helping everyone to self achieve and appreciate love. But the second principle is like I tell you, wherever you at in life, he put you there because he's driving the car. But you must accept the responsibility that maybe something that you've done got you there. So you have to always understand that nothing happens happenstance. Everything is meant for a reason. You just have to figure out what it is that he's trying to show you so that you can get to where you need to be in life. And it comes in time. I mean, like I tell you, I had to do 28 years of my life in federal prison, get shot 9 times just last year. And then instead of act out, chose peace, wrote a book right now. This is my book. It's on Amazon. They told me I couldn't do it. By me, Rich Comer. You go on Amazon, it's right there. And it's a Kindle. Through Adversity Come Change too. The Kindle. Now I have a podcast. So I took that adversity and changed it to a positive for growth to help not only me, but to help others. And this is what it's about. It's about us helping each other. When you get to a certain age in your life, it's no longer about you. It's about we. Like I said, it takes a village. And this is why we're in the trouble we're in, because we've gotten away from the village. And I could point fingers, because it's much bigger than just the actions that you've taken. And you have to go to the root. Our adversities came from the root of being enslaved and then being stripped of all of our language, culture, religion, everything, and being killed if we even tried to learn. But look how resilient we are. Look at the adversities that we went through, right? We're the only people who've been enslaved that doesn't have his culture, his language, his way of life. But we took the culture of our enslavers and made our own culture. And from that, from our pain and suffering, the enslavers monetize what we do, steal our inventions, everything, right? But with these adversities, right, we still rise. No matter what, we still rise. And this is why adversities are so important. This is why you have to go through them. This is why you have to not question God. This is why you have to say, thank you, God, for putting me through this, because I know that whatever you put me through is for a reason. And it's going to help me in the long run. So the thing is right here, I'm going to give you some examples of adversities, right? And I'm going to use them to show how struggle precedes change. So the struggle has to come before the change. And the struggle is the adversities or going through the adversities, personal and internal, overcoming a serious illness or injury. You know, going through that, okay, I couldn't see what that was. But going through overcoming a serious illness or injury. Look, I'm a perfect example of this. I didn't even think of that. I'm a perfect example. I got shot 9 times. I got a half a hip. I got a rod. I got a plate, you know, but I overcame that. You see what I'm saying? I overcame the illness or injury. And look, and I still thrive. And see, it's about the mindset. If you have the right mindset, it's anything. You can do anything. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. And I forgot who said this. I'm trying to think of who said this. But they were saying Bruce Jenner said Bruce Jenner was was one of the world's greatest athletes at all times. Then he wanted to become a woman. He became Caitlyn Jenner. And what the person said made so much sense. He said, if this man can believe that he's something that he's not and become it, imagine what he could have become by putting his mind to it, going through your adversities, recovering from addiction. Um, and anybody who's going through that adversity, I can speak for that as well. I've kicked heroin maybe 20 times in my life, you know, and it's nothing like that addiction, So going through that adversity to being where I am now, where the only thing I take is marijuana, and that's for my osteoarthritis, my glaucoma, and my arthritis in my spine, hips, and knees. And I have the card. So this is when you see me smoking. Uh, it's my medicine for my pain. You know, no question. Definitely cheers to change. It's nothing like change. You know, but first you must go through the adversities. We can't just make changes. We have to go through our adversities in order for us to change. Healing from childhood trauma or neglect. How many of us have gone through that? Everybody has some kind of childhood trauma or neglect. Those are adversities that you had to go through. But look at you now. Look at you now. You know, adversities help to shape and mold you to who you're going to be. Just like I said, all the things I've been through, and I've had a crazy life. I still never gave up. I still faced my adversities and made the changes I need to make in my life to be better and to do better, and it's not hard, but you got to have it in your heart. Before it comes here, it has to be here. Like I said last night, if it's not in your heart, you're not going to do it. Learning to manage anxiety and depression. This is a real, real serious one. These adversities here are very, very serious, especially today. Before I got shot, I used to ride the train every day. I love riding the train. My train rides are hour, hour and a half. And then, I make my extra do and thicker, and I just watch. Mental health is a very, very, very big thing in the world today. And it's something that needs to really be addressed, and it needs to be addressed seriously. There's too many billionaires in the world for us to have people like that walking around, people homeless. It's I mean, like I say, just Elon Musk money. They say he's worth 800 and something billion. He's probably worth a trillion now with all the inside trading they're doing. If you took his money Just his money, and there's thousands of billionaires in the world. If you took just his money to help the whole world, you'll be able to help the whole world and he'll still have change. But what it is the shaitan is real. And once greed touches you, it's hard to shake it. And that's one of the things I thank God that I never had. I've never been a greedy person. I've always been the one to try to help everybody else. And that's what I always done. And one thing my mother told me when I was a kid, and it stuck. Well, one of the things she told me a lot of things, but she said money is just a tool to get the things you need in life. Never worship money because money will take you to hell if you worship it. And then when I was a kid, I didn't understand it. Money is an adversity. It's not the money. It's how you react and act to the money, what you would do and what you won't do for the money. You got people that will do anything for money. Lie, steal, kill, rape. We got that right everywhere. But the beautiful thing about it, if you face your adversities and take them head on when you're strong enough, because we also got to understand that sometimes we're not strong enough to deal with our adversities as of yet. And this is why I tell you, God doesn't give you more than you can handle, but he gives you the adversities that make you think, that humbles you, that make you reflect. Nothing changes in happiness. Only things change in chaos. Just think about that. It's just like having a fear of public speaking. That's an adversity. And what you have to do is just do it. You know, once you have a purpose, there is no adversities that can stand in your way because your purpose is your why. And when your why is greater than you, you can't lose. You just can never give up. And it's going to take time. It's going to take longer. But you know what? When you get it, you got it. And the beautiful thing, what I love about it, I don't have to look over my shoulders no more. I don't got to worry about the police knocking on my door because I don't commit crimes no more. And the things that I'm doing is to help the community, you know? And hopefully one day the police might want to join so that they can heal, so that we can heal together. This is not about race, religion, color, creed, because there's only one race, and that's the human race, as far as I know, and once we able to stop looking at adversities as a problem and look at adversities as a lesson that'll get us to our blessings, we're going to have the battle won. But we have to get to that place, and it takes time. Like I said, it took me almost 60 years to get it, but I'm thankful I got it. As they say, some people get it early, some people get it late, some people never get it. I just thank God that I got it, and I don't just got it, I live it. It's not on me, it's in me because it comes from here. Um, and this is something that a lot of people have to understand. Rebuilding self worth after a major mistake or shame. Um, when I was in prison, and I only can use these scenarios because I don't really like to use no one else. I like to keep it on me because a lot of people can relate to what I'm saying. But mistake and shame cycles only last for 2 weeks because there's going to be something else going on. So you have to be able to uh, let go of the shame, build your self worth, build your self esteem up. Because, like I told you, I had low self esteem as a kid, and I wanted to be wanted by people who didn't care about me. And I got used and abused. But today, I love me. I love that guy you see right there. And everything starts and ends with me, period. It's just like the adversity of going through a painful breakup or a divorce. You know, that's an adversity. But that's one of the major adversities that teaches you lessons that will help you to put boundaries. Like I tell you, we always want to keep the past in our eyesight, but we don't want to live in the past. We can't keep looking in the back. That's the past. The past builds character. The past makes you build boundaries. And the people who love you will respect them. And the people who don't, you stay away from them. That's just how it goes. Repaying trust after betrayal, yours or someone else's. That's another part of that adversity. It's hard to trust after being betrayed, you know. But it's one thing my aunt told me, right? And I'm glad that uh, I follow that to the day because, you know, um, my separation and hopefully soon my divorce is ugly, because my wife turned my kids against me, um, shit on me, all kinds of way. And I'm not saying this to, belittle her or nothing. She's a wonderful mother, so she's just not a good wife. I used to tell her that. She used to say, why do you say that? Because if I'm there, you're fantastic. But when I'm not there, everything goes to shit. But I get it. And I don't hold no grudges for her. That's where she's at in her life. And this is what I tell you. Once you're able to heal and understand life, you're going to see that people are going to be in a certain place in their life. That doesn't mean that that's where you're at. When you see life for what it is and people for who they are, you don't judge. But you know that that's where they're at. That's not where you're at. So you don't judge them. It's just that you know that they need to grow. And we all need to grow. Even when you're healed and you've changed your mindset and you're doing positive, we all have to still grow. It's from the cradle to the grave, you know, losing a loved one to death or estrangement. I lost my mother, my father, my little sister, my little cousin, my aunt, my uncle, all in 1 year while I was incarcerated. That was an adversity for you know the rest. But God is so merciful. He put it, he put peace in my life at the time that I would have needed it the most. Because imagine me and my mother was like this in my eyesight. I have a picture of my mother tattooed on my back. Got it in 1990, uh, what, 92, 92, 90, no, 94. to 95, 94, 95, something like that. But imagine going through that, right? And at the same time, your wife and kids stop coming to see you. You call for money, ain't no money. When your people make great money. And having people turn their back on you, everything. I'm just telling you the adversities, and it's my life. So, I'm not putting nobody else. So imagine the adversities I had to go through at that time, going through all of that, death after death after death, and my mom I was so close to my mom when I did my first bid. I used to dream sometime and think about my mother dying, and I wake up crying. But she died, and I didn't never even shed a tear. I've shed tears in between afterward, years later, but I still haven't grieved none of them. That's how great God is. That's how great God is. He made it to where I wouldn't suffer. That's another reason why I know I'm chosen and highly favored by him. You know, ODing before, being shot with 13 cellular solutions, the heart defibrillator, I was dead for 2 minutes. Having a shootout in another time in a space smaller than my last space. Uh, Fighting in prison, getting stabbed, getting shot 9 times. You know, Adversities. All these things let me know that I'm God's chosen for whatever mission He has me for. Because just last year, 9 bullets. I ain't supposed to be here. And one of the guys who shot me, he's not here. And he took 1 or 2 bullets. So I have a purpose. And my purpose is to bring this message to you guys. Through adversity comes change. And the only way we can do that is go through our adversities and make the changes that we need to make in our lives. Okay, that's better. I like that one better. How y'all like that one? But yeah, all right, I'm gonna give you some adversities right here that you may have that I don't. Caring for parents with dementia. That's a very big thing now, and that's a adversity. And you have to be mentally strong to be able to do that. Raising a child with special needs. That's a thing. That's an adversity for you and them and your family. But we get through it. Cutting off toxic family and friends. Those are adversities. Because one of the things I asked God when I was in prison, right after I felt that, I was wronged and whatever, what I forgave. And still today I forgive. But one of the things that I used to pray to God, I used to say, God, take the people out of my life who don't deserve to be there. And it's funny because it's mostly family. And you can't pick and choose who it's going to be when you ask God these kind of things. And these are adversities that are heartfelt, that not only mental, psychological, but heartfelt as well. You know, so these are adversities you have to get over with. Um, One second. Like another thing I tell you guys, your past is just a measuring stick for your future. And like it says, learn to set boundaries after being a doormat. I was a doormat, to a lot of people, and I realized that I'm not ashamed. You know, one thing I always say, I always want to be this hand and not this one. The only way you can be a doormat is if you this hand. You can't be a doormat if you're begging. So, hey, it is what it is, and still I thrive. This is why boundaries are so important. But you have to go through adversities in order for you to understand them and learn them. Another adversity. This is a major one. And this is going on now. Getting fired or laid off. Think about that. That's an adversity. Getting fired or laid off is an adversity that you're going to have to deal with. Starting a business that fails. That's going through adversity. Surviving bankruptcy or severe debt. Those are adversities. No matter of fact, those are adversities for your bleed. Um, Being passed over for promotions at your job repeatedly, given to people less qualified, or even somebody that you trained. These are adversities. Working under abusive boss, not having a safe workplace. Those are adversities because you have to pay your bills, and you have to go in here and listen to the bull. Call me back, Larry Moe. Call me back. If you want to get on, I'm gonna put you on. Look, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna get you in. I'm gonna let you come in and speak and talk about adversities. Hold up 1 second. There we go. What's up, Mama? What's up, Mama? Yo, answer your phone. Huh? You want to call me now? You don't want to answer the phone. All right, let me close this shit. Here. Coming through that. I just sent it to you. Come in through that. Larry Moore Origine. I sent you the link. Both of y'all can come in. All right, let me get back to it. Losing your life savings. That's an adversity for your ass. Changing careers from scratch in your 40s or 50s. Perfect example. I'm starting over at 61. That's an adversity, because you got to do something to make it, and I'm working to do what I got to do that. An adversity a lot of people went through growing up in poverty. Um, I didn't grow up in poverty, even though I grew up in the hood, but my mother had money. Yes, my love.
Hello,
What's
hello.
happening? You gonna come on? Talk about adversities?
You on your live? Okay.
You wanna come on?
I didn't know you was going. I didn't know you was on your live. Okay.
No, go to Messenger.
Uh,
I just sent you the link. No, you can talk now. I want you to talk. Talk about the adversity you're going through right now.
what about no? Because I'm not ready for that. Want to be on the live? I'm not ready for that. Talking about what's going on in my job?
Life. What's going on? The adversities you face in life. And how it changed you and made you better.
Hmm. I'm just trying to be. Uh, I'm hot. I'm just trying to be a better person in life. Um, I want to do better, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying not to have my evil side come out, but a lot of times it's hard because of the fact that it be other people that makes your evil side come out. Like you would think, like for instance, at my job, y'all women been here for 27 years. Some of y'all longer, some of y'all less. We newcomers coming on trying to learn stuff.
Uh-huh.
Why y'all setting people up? These are grown women setting people up. So they showing you the wrong way to do
Uh-huh.
things, not the right way to do things. And then when it blows up or somebody see you doing it, they asking you, why are you doing it that way? Oh, because she told me to do it. No, she's not your boss. Why are you doing it like that? That's not how you doing. And I'll be sitting there looking at people. I said sometimes people can confuse people because I'm looking at the situation because I'm a little brighter. But I'm looking at the situation like you should be smarter than that because of the fact that you just came out of training. They ain't been in training for what, 27, maybe 30 years? So they don't know what's going on. So now you letting them influence you to do it their way, but their way is wrong because I don't know where they learned that from. Yeah, and these are grown women. Like, why do grown women play a lot of childish games? Why do grown women like you up in age where you about to see the man soon? Why you still acting like that?
Because they haven't embraced their journey. They haven't accepted their adversity because their adversity is what shapes and molds them to be better. Instead of them trying to be better, they're trying to make shortcuts. They're trying to do evil things. Like you said, they put some obia in the bathroom. That's a person that wants shortcuts. And life is not about shortcuts. It's about going through your adversities, making the change you need to make in your life so that you can be better. And when God puts you through adversities, the adversities ought to make you stronger for what He has for you in the future.
No, it's just crazy. It's just like when is it gonna stop? When is it gonna end? But then y'all sit there and act y'all like y'all know everything, and y'all don't know shit.
Uh,
Y'all making it even harder to work in. Y'all making it even more difficult
yeah.
to work in because if everybody get along and do their
10. Come
job,
back at 10.
we don't have no problem.
Uh huh. Yeah. And see, this is the thing. When you are a person that doesn't uh try to change or try to be better, you're gonna do stuff that's gonna piss people off because you're making your problems other people's problems. And that's not fair to the other person. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we have to go through our adversities to make the changing and understand that when you got people like that, you have to stay away from, like I tell people, your past shapes and molds your future, right? It makes you make boundaries. The people who love you will respect your boundaries, and the people who don't respect your boundaries, those are people you leave alone. And this is what you learn going through adversities. You don't learn this just like that. It comes from going through these things, going through the betrayal and the madness. Like you said, y'all grown. Y'all don't understand how to uh, uh, navigate your adversities. And when you don't, you make your adversities other people's adversities, and that's the problem.
Yo, this is be so fucking crazy, yo. And then you got the number one person that fucking starting shit. This girl got heart problems. You girl, I can help you find a doctor for yourself for the weekend. And this is what I'm saying. I'm helping people still. You're being very mean to me, right? But I'm still helping you. Oh, I can't find it. I'm having heart problem. I wasn't at the job for a couple of days, maybe a week or whatever. She didn't faint it in the damn kitchen, fell out because of her heart. You got a leakage in your fucking heart, and you still acting like that?
Yeah, because they're not. See, you have to heal in life, right? In order for you to make changes in life, you have to heal. You have to. It's a process. This is why I say people have to be willing to look themselves in the face in the mirror and be comfortable with that person. If you're not comfortable with looking in the mirror at that person in the mirror, you're gonna do all kind of crazy. Like I tell people all the time, look, I had low self-esteem as a kid. I wanted to be wanted by motherfuckers that didn't give a fuck about me. But now I really don't care. And if you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. You fuck with me, I fuck with you, you don't. And there's no skin off my back because I got a mission. I know I'm gonna be wealthy. And inshallah in the next 4 or 5 years. So I know the things I have to do and I'm gonna do them, you know? And it's not about money. It's about being able to go around the world and help poor people, real poor people.
Mm-hmm.
Because motherfuckers in America don't need no money. We got all kind of opportunity. I want to help people who really deserve to be helped. That's right. It's about financial freedom. What the greatest feeling is being able to help people with no strings attached and just continue to do it, and just keep doing it, going around the world and helping people and don't ask for nothing. Just make sure you help people to spread love around the world. Just like that. You know what I mean? You know how great it would be in this world if we were to start loving on each other and start hate and stop hating.
Mm-hmm.
United we stand, divided we fall. If we start loving each other, man, like I say, if we heal, learn the lies from the truth, man, do you know how beautiful it'll be in the world with everybody on the same, well, not on the same page per se, but on the same page, you know?
Same path. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the word, the same path. Yeah, you can't lose.
Yep.
You can't lose, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. I just thank God for all his many blessings, man. He take great care of me, man. You
But
know.
my boys can sit there and say, I'm inviting y'all to my crib and I'm gonna cook for y'all.
Yeah.
But I'm not inviting everybody from the kitchen.
But
I'm telling y'all,
that's for being that's for doing the right thing. Going through the adversities you had to go through with them, making the change you need to make, and coming out on top. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's and see that's the blessing of living right. You know what I mean? This lady is inviting you to her home to cook for you. That's saying something, especially a West Indian lady.
A Trini, yeah. She's like, I'm gonna cook for you. I'm gonna make it. You make your roast chicken from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a
Cause
blessing, man.
she already took. Cause I had bought her something for Mother's Day, and she like, I don't have nothing for you. I got bills in the first of the month. I said, I didn't buy you a gift. I bought her buy a wine. I didn't buy something to receive something. That's not what I did.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I did. You know what I'm saying? You look out and yeah, just take a drink. And you know what I'm saying? Like I went out with her to the bar a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a drink, and I bought her little. I be having mad stuff and shit like that, and I gave her a little fucking name brand little thing for her hair. Yeah, she's like, I didn't know what that was that my son told me. I'm like, lady, but she looked out for me because she teaching me mad shit.
Yeah, and that's only because.
She said to me, she's like, yo, I want you. I was like, yo, I just missed the damn assistant test. The assistant for the assistant cook. She's like, go for the cook. I said, nah. If I go for the cook, you know I'm not gonna be with you no more completely. They're gonna put me in a whole new school, and I'm not ready for all that because I really gotta get hands on the paperwork.
Yeah.
Because cooks does cook and they do the paperwork.
Okay.
So the assistant gotta come to the cook, but the cook does the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you smoking on?
The last bit of fucking Mushi that
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't because this nigga ain't have no more. Cause I called him. I'm like,
I think I got the last of the moochie.
you're like, oh,
Yeah, I got moochie gumbo and some purple shit. That's that purple shit. That's what I'm smoking there. I got a mixed joint.
I gotta not in here.
Yeah, I was just looking at this thing. They say that they just gave these niggas permission to inject the meat with the COVID vaccine.
What?
Yeah, I'm finna stop eating meat. I'm finna stop eating it. These motherfuckers trying. Bill Gates said he trying to get rid of 2/3 of the world. Said we useless feet is eating up they shit. I ain't know that God gave them the earth.
That's why I said I was gonna stop buying halal meat because
Yeah, or kosher,
fucking
because you know they ain't gonna give it to the Jews.
huh?
I said or kosher because you know they ain't gonna give it to the Jews.
Yeah, because number one is that my friend is trying to get me on that side anyway. He's trying to get me into knowing my whole history and shit like that, whatever it may be. And I was asking him for certain things, and he was like, "How you know about that?" I was like, "What the fuck you think? I told you. You think I was lying? I used to eat that as a little kid." He was like, "Seriously?" I said, "Yeah."
Eat what?
I was like, "Let me get some motts. Let me get some whatchamacallit. Let me get this." He was like, "How you know about all that?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with the motts if I give you the motts?" I said, "I'm gonna fucking toast it." He was like, "Oh, you know what to do with it?" I was like, "Yeah, nigga, that's how I eat the shit." He was
What
like,
is motts though?
"Oh, huh?"
What is motts?
That's that cracker. It looked like a cracker, a big square cracker. And
matzah. You talk about matzah. Yeah, matzah. Jewish cracker.
So I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, nigga, I fucking know what the fuck that is. So he
Oh yeah, Jew. He Jewish?
Huh?
He's Jewish?
Huh? He's Jewish, but my grandmother was a Jew. My grandmother, my mother's mother was Jewish. She just left her family at a young age because my grandmother was with a black man.
Yeah, but the Jews that are now are different from the Jews that your grandmother was.
I know.
You know, it's totally different.
He's still, but the whole fucking factor is that when he was, I'm like, nigga, you know what my Thanksgiving was? He was like, what? I was like, I used to eat weird shit. I used to really have it was a 7-course meal. He was like, what you? He was like, oh, you serious? I was like, you thought it was a joke? I used to eat the damn pineapple with the lettuce and the mayonnaise. He's like, oh,
yeah, because certain things,
he was like, oh, I was like, I told you, this is what I used to do at my grandmother's house, especially at Thanksgiving time. It was a 7-course meal. I had the onion soup, the little baby onions.
Yeah.
Little fucking onion shit. Yeah, the onion. Yeah, what? That was the bomb. I used to love that shit. I used to love that shit. They used to be like, how you can eat? Yeah. Cause I forgot that, that hospital, what is this? Start at M. Damn. The Jewish hospital.
I don't know.
Mamadas. They got them all over the fucking place.
Okay.
But anywho, when you in that hospital, like like every hospital has a cafeteria.
Yeah.
You know that Mamadas, whatever the fuck it is, I forgot the name of it, but that's a Jew hospital. They have a cafeteria too, but regular people can't go in there.
Yeah, no, it's all kosher.
Only the Jewish people go in there. No, not only is because it's kosher, because it's nothing that the cafeteria. You go in the cafeteria at a regular hospital, you buy your food.
Yeah, that shit is free.
When you go in the wishroom, it's free. You just donate whatever you want to donate to them. That's it. That's how it goes. Yeah. He took me to the church shit in the hospital, even the Jewish shit. Yeah, I was all in there too, because my friend just recently was in there. He Jewish, and we both know him, and he brought me in there to go and see him. He's like, come on, let's go. Let me take you to the thing, so yeah, that nigga's not playing. He got me a yo. I see that he got a house now. I'm about to ask him who in his apartment right there next door, because he owned the 2 buildings right next door to me.
Or so go through your adversity and make him make change.
Nah, he married with his kid.
Okay.
He younger than me.
Oh, okay.
He used to tutor my son when my son was having trouble in school.
Okay.
That's how long I knew him, because his mother owned the 2 buildings. Well, his mother owned mad buildings, but
you're on the 2 next to you.
Buildings.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I'm trying to figure out that's why I was telling fucking idiot, because he kept looking for a spot in Brooklyn, and I was like, "Yo, corner store just closed."
Yeah, I know you was telling me that about that before.
And I fucking was telling fucking Cab.
I
He
know.
was like, "Oh, we got so much. I got so much shit." I'm like, "All right, whatever.
So did
Don't say I
somebody
didn't
take
tell
the
you, nigga.
spot?
That's prime location." No, nobody ain't rented yet. I was like, "That's prime location, nigga. That's right there by Prospect Park. Hello."
How big is the spot?
He would make a fucking killing, huh?
How big is the spot?
It's a big spot. It's a big spot. That's where I used to gamble at. I used to go in the back of.
What do they need in it? What kind of store they need in that area?
It needs like for instance, his juice bar and his motherfucking food spot like in the back, half and half. That would have been fucking good. Or a diner, something that fucking
see how much they want for it. How much you got to put up? Check it out.
Cause my fucking this corner store fucking had fucked up. Cause now I think he wanted fucking. I don't know if he wanted. I ain't gonna quote it, but that's prime location right there.
Find out for me.
Especially in the summertime. Well, summer and winter time.
Yeah, because you're right across the street from Park. You right where? Yeah.
And fucking ice skating is whatchamacallit, everybody stopped in the fucking store.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check out everything. I could go and talk to them and see. But that'll be something I could do out here. You know what I'm saying? You could probably help me out. Because you live right there. You can quit that job and work with me.
Now I keep my benefits. That's an easy fucking
Shit, I'll give you benefits there. Shit, that's a job. You get benefits for your workers. That's all. They take that shit off motherfucking taxes.
shit. I'm gonna fucking both of that shit because number one is that I live right fucking there and I get off at fucking 1:30.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Most likely they will fucking have me come in early rather than get more hours. But right now we still at 1:30. No matter how it is, I will be coming in earlier, but still.
No, that's cool. Yeah, because you're right there. Yeah. Yeah, but check into it. But look, mama, let me finish this live.
Go ahead.
And send me my motherfucking money, punk.
Yeah. Where you want me to send it to? Your
Cash
your
app.
Zelle?
No, Cash app. I ain't got Zelle no more.
Okay, Cash app?
Yeah.
All right.
I still love you.
Love you too.
All right, mama. Yeah, that was my guest for the day. See how it happens? This is how good God is, and she, let you know all the stuff that's going through her adversity, you know. And the change is she kept doing the right thing. And the girls that the women she's working with, some of them finna get fired. And one of the girls put some like voodoo shit in the bathroom, but they ain't own up to it, and they about to have a problem with it. So you got to go through adversities, man, in life, even in jobs. Even in jobs, experiencing racism, sexism, or other systematic discrimination. Just think about it. These are adversities. Being an immigrant in a country where you don't speak the language, those are adversities. Surviving war, natural disaster, or displacement, all of those is adversities. Being wrongly accused or imprisoned, adversity. Growing through the foster care system, adversities. And I'm telling you these things, a lot of these things I'm not going through, but I know somebody out there is going through something. And the hope is just keep going. Adversity shape and mold you to who God wants you to be. And everything he puts you through, he's gonna get you through because he takes care of everything he makes. Period. Um, living through political oppression, what we're going through right now. We're going to get through it. You know what I mean? Because there's a God, and He's only going to let so much happen. Just how life is. Uh, Adversity for me is losing a physical ability, sight, mobility, hearing. It's hard for me to walk. With a half a hip, but I'm doing that. I'm getting better. But that's an adversity. Some people have brain injuries. A stroke. My brother's going. He has a stroke right now. He's in the hospital now with a stroke. That's an adversity. We must grow through adversity to change, to make change. Always understand that. We have to go through adversities to make change. If we don't go through adversity, we'll never change. And we will never be able to understand why we need to change if we don't go through nothing. Change cannot be outsourced or bypassed. Adversity is the furnace where old entities, beliefs, and habits are burned away. Example: a person doesn't truly change their diet until they're faced with discomfort or craving, social pressure, and emotional eating. The struggle is the transformation. You have people like with bulimia and what's the other one? I forgot. Where they throw up the food and stuff like that. These are adversities. These are things that people go through. And what we have to understand is we have to be strong. These adversities make us stronger if we face them. It's only when we don't face them that, they eat us alive. You must face your fears. And you don't have to face it at that time. Of course, you might not be ready, but sometime in your life, you must face your fears to get past. Because, like I tell you, God said there's no room in heaven for a coward. After adversity, we really, we really, we realize how little we really know, right? We really realize how little we know while we're going through our adversities. Oh no, right? Uh, One second, you guys. Let me send this to this young lady. One second. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, there we go. We got that out the way. Let me get back. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. After adversity, we realize how little we know. Before struggle, we operate on theories. After struggle, we operate on scars and wisdom. Let me say that again so you can get this. Before struggle, we operate on theories. After struggle, we operate on scars and wisdom. Quote to reflect on: before I broke, I thought I understood pain, strength in others. After rebuilding, I realized I knew nothing. And see, this is when you're able to humble yourself. Most people think, oh, I know every. No, you got to humble yourself. Adversity humbles us. It reveals the limits of our control, the shallowness of our prior judgment, and the complexity of other people's lives. Ex- Adversity is necessary for growth. I'm dyslexic, y'all, so sometimes my words and then I'm smoking some good ass weed. So please forgive me. Adversity is necessary for growth. Without resistance, there is no strength. Muscles, character, resilience all follow this law. Adversity forces us to develop problem solving, can't avoid it anymore. Empathy, you know your pain now. Priorities, you learn what actually matters. Gratitude, you appreciate small mercies. Counterfactual question, what skill or strength do you value most that didn't come from struggle? Ask yourself that. I'm going to say it again. What skill or strength do you value most that didn't come from struggle? Where would we be without adversity? We would be fragile, never tested, easily shattered. You know, there's somebody right now that can't take no criticism. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Never been tested. We would be shallow, no depth of character or compassion. Huh, you really know who we talking about now. No compassion. We will be unchanged, uncomfortable, no, comfortable, stagnant, repeating the same pattern. We will be ungrateful, nothing to compare peace against. We will be alone in our illusions, thinking we are invincible or the others have it easy. Key distinction. You don't have to seek adversity, but when it comes, learning is rather than numbing out it. No, let me say it again. Learning in rather than numbing out is what turns pain into power. Like I said, I got shot. I turned anger, disappointment into peace and start creating. And here we are today. You got to ask yourself this right here. On going through, not around. What is an adversity you tried to avoid, numb, or outrun? What happened? Looking back, what change was only possible before you went through a hard season? What will you tell someone who is currently in the middle of their adversity and wants to give up? Okay, on humility and how little we know. Before a major struggle, what did you believe about yourself or life that turned out to be wrong? See, we don't know how strong or how far we can go until we have to go through it. It's only through adversity change takes place. How did adversity change the way you judge other people's struggles? Like I said, you don't once you get it, you don't judge. What is something you now admit you don't know that you used to think you had figured out? If you could remove one past adversity from your life, would you? Why or why not? What strength, skill, or relationship exists in your life because of something hard you went through? I'm asking you guys questions that I want you to ask yourself. These are things that help you to grow, help you to heal. You're not doing it, but I'm gonna give you some answers so you can help yourself if you're serious. Can growth happen without some form of discomfort or loss? Why do we assume it can? Where would you be without it? Imagine an easy version of your life with zero major adversities. Who is that person? Do you respect them more or less than the current one? I know I wouldn't respect this one, that one. After going through all I went through, I know I wouldn't, because I wouldn't know how to deal with nothing. That one wouldn't know how to deal with anything, and he would be lost. You know, adversity builds character, and like I tell you, my old head Akbar Pray used to say, intestinal fortitude. What is one change you're still avoiding because you haven't fully accepted the necessary adversity to get there? If you knew that a future hardship would lead you to to your greatest growth, how might that change your fear of it? Like I said, we would love to live our lives backwards, but we must live it forward so we can get the lessons and the blessings. What is one small adversity you could choose to face this week? Cold shower, hard conversation, wake up early, fasting from a comfort. Who in your life is in denial about a necessary struggle? How could you support them without saving them? And let me say this in closing. Adversity is not an enemy of a good life. It is a secret ingredient. Without it, we are theories of ourselves, potential, unproven. With it, we become actual. We learn not despite the struggle, but through it. That we knew almost nothing before, and that the person we are becoming was always waiting on the other side of what we were afraid to feel. So don't be hard on yourself. Just know that you have to go through adversities to make change. So embrace your adversities, and your adversities will help shape and mold you to a better person. Pimpin', I'm out of here, baby boy. Have a good night. Gotta make prayer. And you guys, y'all think about what I said, and all right, baby boy, think about what I said, man, and ask yourself these questions. If you got to go back over the video, go back over it. But try to start making change. One love. All right, get your spirit right with God. Peace.